Join me as I try to predict the craziest moments and goals from the Arsenal vs Brighton match before I even watch the highlights. In today's video, we'll be showcasing the epic highlights and goals from the Arsenal vs Brighton match that took place in 2024, highlighting the key moments that defined the game. As both teams battled for crucial points in the league, tensions were high, and fans were on the edge of their seats. The Gunners were coming off a tough loss in their previous match, and they were determined to bounce back with a win. On the other hand, Brighton was riding high on a 3-game winning streak, and they were looking to extend their unbeaten run. Arsenal's defense had been shaky in recent games, and they knew they had to tighten up if they wanted to shut out Brighton's potent attack. The Seagulls, on the other hand, had been relying heavily on their midfield maestro to create chances for their strikers. It was going to be a battle of wits between the two teams. The atmosphere at the Emirates Stadium was electric, with the home crowd eager to see their team get back to winning ways. Brighton's fans, on the other hand, were hoping to see their team continue their impressive form on the road. We'll break down the key plays, analyze standout performances, and discuss the strategies employed by both sides throughout the match to give you a comprehensive overview. The game started off slowly, with both teams feeling each other out in the opening exchanges. But as the match wore on, the intensity picked up, and the chances began to flow. One of the standout players in the first half was Arsenal's star winger, who was causing all sorts of problems for Brighton's defense with his pace and trickery. At the other end, Brighton's striker was looking sharp, and he came close to opening the scoring on more than one occasion. The second half saw the introduction of a few substitutions, which changed the complexion of the game entirely. Arsenal's manager brought on a target man to add some physicality to their attack, while Brighton's gaffer introduced a fresh pair of legs in midfield to try and win the battle in the center of the park. Stay tuned as we highlight the decisive goal that turned the tide of the match and the reactions from players and fans that made this moment unforgettable. The goal was a thing of beauty, a brilliant individual effort that left the Brighton goalkeeper with no chance. The stadium erupted as the Arsenal players celebrated with their teammate, and the fans were delirious with joy. It was one of those moments that you'll always remember, a goal that will be replayed for years to come. The reaction from the Brighton players and fans was one of shock and disbelief, as they couldn't quite believe that they had just been undone by a moment of individual brilliance. But credit to them, they refused to give up, and they continued to push for an equalizer until the very end. As the final whistle blew, the Arsenal players celebrated a hard-fought win, while Brighton's team was left to ponder what might have been. But despite the defeat, they knew that they had given it their all, and they could hold their heads high. To wrap up, we'll summarize the key takeaways from the match, including standout players and how this result impacts both teams in the league standings. If you enjoyed these highlights, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out our previous match analysis videos or share your thoughts on this game in the comments below.